Good morning. Good morning. The first, and they're always the first. Good morning. Like, share, and subscribe. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. And welcome, y'all. Welcome to Funny Acting Grandmama Lanita podcast. And my first, Josh. Let's get Josh a hand. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thank you, darling. I'm gonna give y'all time enough to come on in. Give y'all time enough to come on in to the podcast, baby. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes. Okay. I wanna thank all my subscribers, and I got a lot of TikTok subscribers and YouTube subscribers as well that does follow me, and that's why they are not always in here. I got to get them over here, but it's like that, y'all. So, y'all, we gonna come on in. Come on in. Shout out to all my workers in spring break, good parents, and everybody good thing and positivity. Yes. Yeah, y'all time enough to get in. Ain't no shame in the game, but we're gonna keep it real now. Shout out to my Facebook people. Y'all always stuck by me. My number one station. Yes. Y'all come on in. Come on in. I took a couple of notes this morning and I want to share my notes with y'all. It ain't gonna be long, y'all. But the title says authority warning and of misinformation online in the case of the stabbing death of Frisco track meet. Y'all, I can't believe these grown men is playing with this case. It was a real stabbing. It was a real altercation. And we are playing with this case. But guess what? Y'all gonna make it harder on the family when you do things like that. So what we're gonna do is give y'all time to get in. Hit that like button. Let's get these likes up like y'all do everybody else channel. Now look, ladies, I want to tell you, I noticed something about y'all ladies. I love y'all female, okay, because y'all female like me. Y'all so quick about donating to the men's channel. Support the women channel. Now, you know, there go my cash out right there. $ Lanita 523. Donate. Participate. But anyway, y'all, for real though. Welcome. We don't support each other much like we supposed to. I don't know what hate come in at. What hate at? All right, y'all. Now, authority warning of misinformation online in the case of the stabbing death at Frisco track. And that's what we're going to get into today, okay? But before we get into this content, y'all, before I give y'all this information, I'm not going to keep you all day. I'm not going to keep y'all long at all. Close that screen door and start letting all them flies up in here. Yeah. Now, y'all, authority. A warning of misinformation. There are some misinformation. Let me put my boys up here. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my boys up here. Let me put my boys up here. Let me put them up here. We got misinformation, y'all, on these two young men. Misinformation, y'all. And I'm listening to it. On these two young men. I'm listening to it. Now, what Frisco Police Department wants y'all is warning y'all. Putting out misinformation. Misinformation means incorrect information. Okay? Authority of warning of misinformation deliberately, y'all, been spread online, y'all, in the case of the stabbing death of this high school student who was killed at a track meet. Now, you have 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony on the left. Is currently charged with first-degree murder in the death of the young man on the right, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Now, on the left, Carmelo is held on a $1 million bond. And I want to get into that. Now, I'm listening to the misinformation on this accident right here. Now, we need to refrain from that, y'all. We need to refrain and be charged for lying. This situation right here, this that happened between these two young men at a track meet was quick to judge. Y'all rush to judge this case. And y'all, guess what? I see so many men out here online is putting out, and they playing, they laughing, they playing, they joking about this case. Regardless of how y'all see this case, it was a young man that lost his life. Okay. Now, what Kamalo attorney is trying to do, which I agree with the attorney, is to lower his bond. His bond shouldn't be $1 million. No. Now, I don't know where that judge come from, and I don't know who that judge is. I disagree with that. The bond should be reduced. And for those who don't know and not familiar with this case, the young man on the left, Kamalo, he was at a track meet, and we're going to get into that. But he was charged for the murder of a deadly stabbing to Austin on the right. Now, the problem with this story is the misinformation on this story is you got a man of color over here. You got a man of color on the right, and you got a Caucasian man on the right, and on the left you have a man of color. And it's the problem is who did what first. Now, Anthony Lawyer are planning to talk with Collin County District Attorney Office about reducing Anthony bond. And you see, I keep stressing. See, I'm stressing on something that y'all need to be educated on. This bond shouldn't be $1 million. No. Now, and they want to talk to Collin District, Collin County District Attorney to reduce Anthony bond, better determination of the charges. There are several things going on in this case. It's eye-opening to me. Several GoFundMe campaign for Anthony have been deleted by the platform. Anthony's on the left, y'all. We sat here yesterday and put up the GoFundMe, and we noticed it wasn't a GoFundMe. Okay? We're not finished. Now, GoFundMe term or service prohibit fundraisers for the legal defense of violent crime. That's why they stopped it. They don't support violence if you are the cause of the violence. They're not going to support you. That's what GoFundMe said. Now, any GoFundMe account, this is what GoFundMe said. Any GoFundMe account is not authorized by the family on the young man on the left, Kamalo Anthony. They are not supporting because they don't support people who commit violent crime. Now, GoFundMe account is not authorized by this young man on the left family. Please, this is what GoFundMe said. This is not no misinformation. This is information. Please do not use GoFundMe for any donation to Carmelo Anthony family. I understand a rule, but this is the first out of 66 years that I ever heard something like this. So I've been here longer than some of y'all. But this is the first I ever heard something like this. Because I don't see people commit crimes and we're getting money from GoFundMe. Maybe they didn't know nothing about it. But they are into this case right here. They are into this case. So that's what GoFundMe. Do not use GoFundMe for any donation to help this family on the left. Now, a good thing about this is Carmelo, the young man on the left, family has set an official page on the website called Give, Send, Go, where you can donate to them. Give, send, go. Now y'all about to go over there and abuse that one, ain't you? Okay. Now, y'all, I want to share some information with you all before we leave. Okay. Please, y'all. You got a lot of yabba dabba doing out there. They're yabba dabba doing about this case. And y'all know I'm always talking about yabba dabba do. Yabba dabba do. They yabba dabba doing. Giving y'all misinformation about what really happened to these boys. Now let me tell you something. I want to share something with y'all. Then y'all can go on y'all merrily way. There's a lot of information that we don't know on this track case. At this track meet, it's a lot of information. It have came to my attention that when we had a track team, this is what they said, quote, our boys would go visit other boys up under their tent. Now, I want to ask this question. Were there any other young men up under that tent when Carmelo was under that tent? Was he communicating with any other person? Was there any other person under that tent? Because it brought to my attention that when we were coaching, our boys would go visit other boys up under their tent. Because they know them. They might not know the twins right here, but they do know somebody up under that tent. If that happened, if that didn't happen, he not supposed to be up under that, under somebody else belonging. I don't care what y'all say. If he was on that tent, he was in somebody else's designated area. Now, if he was sitting behind them on the bleachers, he can do that. Now, witnesses told police. This is what the witness said. This is information, people. This is information. Stop listening to all that other yabba dabba doing. Okay? Because they ain't doing it but starting up a fire. They'll start up a fire in this case. Witnesses told police that Anthony was sitting under the Memorial High School tent where he doesn't belong. No, he can't sit anywhere, not up under nobody's tent. No, I'm not going to agree with that. I heard an activist say this, and that really disappointed me because he's playing with this case. No, you can't sit under nobody else's tent. No, you can't. Not at a track meet. You can't. Not at a track meet. You can't. I know that for a fact. Can't just sit under nobody else's tent. And then look, y'all, listen. The witness told police that Anthony was sitting under the Memorial High School tent, and that is the young man on the right side tent, and was told to leave. Now, a student athlete can't tell another student athlete what to do. What is missing in this case is the track coach. Y'all men, if you want to talk about something on your channel, talk about the track coaches, the assistant coaches, the responsible adult who's supposed to handle this situation. That didn't handle this situation. I stood put on somebody's tent before, y'all. But then I said, excuse me, then I left. Okay, I left. But I was trying to get out the rain, so I left. And then I said, thank you very much. And then I went on my merry way. I got back in the rain and went where I was going to my destination. Now, I can understand that part. But listen, you had two young men of the same age throwing threats at each other. Sportsmanlike conduct and sportsmanship is two things that you're supposed to be trained and taught. You have to learn it. Now, he was told to leave. Anthony told him, and the reason why I wasn't there, but I believe Anthony came off like he did because you don't talk to me in a kind of way either. I'm like that. So it seemed like the delivery was out of place. Verbal abuse is no different than physical abuse. Both of them is not good at all. So when the witness said that Anthony was told to leave, Anthony told Austin that any other boy his age, they just teenagers, y'all. I can understand both young men. Anthony told him, touch me and see what happens. So for Anthony to say, touch me and see what happened, he had got to receive a threat. He received a threat. It seemed like Anthony said that because you said something to him, like you were going to do something to him. See, we wasn't there, so we don't know. But for Anthony to say, touch me and see what happened, it seemed like somebody probably said, man, if you don't get your up, we're gonna get you, we're gonna throw you up out of here. We don't know what was said, but it's something missing out of what the witnesses said. He got to have some kind of threat to make Anthony say, touch me and see what happened. Now, one witness told the police that one witness told police that Austin, on the right, these kids are telling y'all what happened. They're telling y'all the truth, what happened. And y'all turning the whole narrative. After Austin said, touch me and see what happened, the witness told police that Austin, after Carmelo said, touch me and see what happened, the witness said that Austin pushed Anthony. Y'all don't know how hard he pushed him. Y'all don't know that he knocked him down. But he did what? He touched him. So Austin want to see what would happen if I touch him. So he pushed him down. He pushed Anthony. And the witness said that's when he pushed Anthony to get him out of the tent, Anthony reached in his bag and stabbed him. He stabbed the young man. Now, let me say something. This could have been avoided so many different ways if a coach were there. This could have been avoided so many ways. And what we're doing here is blaming the athlete for something that a coach should have been. A coach should have been out there. A coach should have been supervising these children. These ain't no coaches. They can't tell. You can't tell another 17-year-old. Another 17-year-old can't tell another 17-year-old what to do. Y'all is trying to look past this facts, information. I'm blaming and I'm sticking with my word. I'm going to blame coaches for what happened to this student. I am going to blame the coaches for what happened to both students. The coaches failed both of them students. We done lost two great athletes behind the coach's decision. Nobody blaming them yet. Nobody blame them but me. But me. But me. I ain't heard nobody say, oh, hold up, guys. No security. No supervision. For those who don't know about track and field, this is a district track meet. This boy team was not out there. Was his team out there? That would make you mad if you walk to a stadium and you don't see your teammates. What you supposed to do? You see, I don't. My thing is, I'm not gonna jump to conclusion because this boy didn't have no tent or nowhere to sit. So most of the athletes know to warm up. When you first get there, get a little spot by yourself and start warming up. And get out. Y'all, do this for me. Stop being so. What word I want to use? We living in a society where y'all dare people to do stuff now. And somebody told me, touch me. I'm a property. And see what happened. That means I was wrong for touching you. So I shouldn't have put my hand on you. Even though I'm wrong for coming through that gate. But how did he get through that gate with that knife? How? Everything is reduce that boy, young man, bun. Do what y'all need to do and take some of that charges off that boy. Because all the charges not on Carmelo. I'm out of here.